Italy's Jasmine Paolini in Saudi Arabia. World number 7, Zheng is the second Chinese woman to reach the semi-finals of the tournament since Lena in 2013, and already qualified Arina Sabalenka lost to Elena Rybakina in 3 sets. The Belarusian, who secured the year-end world number 1 ranking earlier in the week, fell 6-4, 3-6, 6-1, and of course just an update in the Champions League. Inter Milan leading Arsenal 1-0 at half-time.
Good on you, Danny. Thank you very much. Danny and Tilly back in an hour with more sports. Back to our rolling coverage of the United States presidential election. We understand Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been one of the first leaders to call Donald Trump to congratulate. Laser Berman is the Times of Israel's diplomatic reporter who's spoken with us this morning. He says the Israeli Prime Minister's support of Donald Trump is broadly echoed by the Israeli people.
Something like 2/3 of Israelis wanted to see Trump win. They remember his first term where he did things like move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. He was very tough on Iran, pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal, and was generally seen as someone who understood what Israel was facing and was on Israel's side against its enemies. What I think Israelis don't remember is what happened over the past 4 years, where Trump was very critical of Prime Minister Netanyahu. In a book, he even used some pretty foul language to refer to Netanyahu. Trump met with a couple of known anti-Semites for dinner, and he also told Netanyahu more recently, as they've been kind of patching up their relationship, that he wants to see the Gaza war end when he comes into office. So it should be, that Israelis expect everything to be smooth sailing. Now, what does it mean moving forward? We know that Trump will take a pretty affect relations with Israel. And then there's questions like, what kind of pressure will Trump actually apply to Israel when it comes to Gaza? It's a mess in Gaza, right? There's no clear way out of it. The hostages are still in there. Hamas continues to demand an end to the war if it's going to diplomatic heft to that very, very complicated situation.
You did just mention Donald Trump's criticism of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the last couple of years. What has the reaction been from the Israeli Prime Minister to Mr. Trump's win?
Oh, he certainly very quickly showed that he was excited about it. He released a statement on Twitter that was written really in a very Trumpian style with exclamation points congratulating him and Melania on the win. And then he was one of the first leaders to call Trump, and they spoke for about 20 minutes. And he congratulated him. They talked about challenges like the Iranian nuclear program,